Good evening, Sandy Point. Good evening, comrades. I'm very happy this evening to see such a wonderful turnout. Tonight, Sandy Pointers, I'm here to clear the air. Because some people love to put a lot of twists and things. Let me say, first of all, when I entered into the field of politics, it created a grand stir in Sandy Point. And so, many persons congratulated me on such a bold step. My family were very concerned and wanted to know if I was certain. And yet you had a few persons who came to me and they tried to discourage me from going into politics. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about these people who came and tried to discourage me. I'm going to tell you about it in a little while. You see, the thing is, it was no grand desire of mine to just get up and jump into politics. I recognized at some point in time that there was a lot more that I could do for this community rather than just serve the people as a medical doctor. And you know how I recognize that? Because people came into the clinic and they not only came with their illnesses, they came and they spoke to me from the heart about issues in the community, about the domestic concerns, about the economic situation, about things that we could do to make better for the community. But you know, something very important was that the people who spoke to me, regardless of their political affiliation, it did not matter. They felt that they could trust me. And that is why they came and they spoke to me. And you know, funny enough, you know, God works in mysterious ways, because just about the time that all of these people talking to me is just about the time that the Labour Party was ready to recruit a new candidate for Sandy Point. They were looking for prospective candidates. And I must be honest, because when I was approached, I did not demonstrate any immediate interest in politics. And so, when I was approached a second time, I considered it. And I decided to take the bold step. All because I wanted to do something good. I wanted to do good for this community. I want to help the community. And so, I wonder, why is it that I had these few persons coming to me and trying to discourage me from doing good? Can you imagine that? You want to do good and somebody is going to come and tell you, don't do it. And then later I find out, you know, these people didn't come off their own. The People's Action Movement sent them. They sent them to try and discourage me from entering into politics. It means that these people are not interested in seeing any good being done in the community. Because if you're going to send people to discourage me from doing good, then you don't want to go the opposite of good is what? Ain't bad? And so, I decided, no matter what they say, I am going to continue. I am going to go forward. And I'm going to put myself in a position so that I could better serve the people of Sandy Point. And my hands ain't going to be tired at all. But you know, the funny thing is, these people follow me up with a sharp and fast question. Why is it you can't to Labour? Why is it you couldn't come to PAM? And I said to them, I would tell you why I can never support the People's Action Movement. The reason for that is that from since I was a child to now, Labour is the party that has been with me. And you know why Labour has been with me? I didn't even have to think about it because Labour is the party responsible and that looks after the poor and ordinary man. I didn't have to ask nobody that, I know that. Now, Labour is the party that gave me and many others here in Sandy Point the opportunity to go off and study, regardless of their family's political affiliation. And you heard them mention it, my colleagues mention it this evening. Wilson, Warner, Woodley, Labour look like they like the W them. I don't know. But anyway, for the first time, Sandy Point has seen 3 doctors who graduated together and who has come home to serve the community. And better yet, 2 of them are now back out there specializing in surgery. I am the one who decided to stay so that I could hold the fort until they come, because one of these days we must get operating theater in Paxton. And we already have the human resource for it because that's what they're specializing in. And we used to operate over there before, so it's going to happen again. And when they asked me, why not Pam? I said to them again, when Bradshaw came forward with the Labour movement so that he could uplift the lives of ordinary people and poor people, a party was formed to prevent this from happening. Could you believe that? A party was formed to stop Bradshaw from lifting the lives of ordinary people. When they had the big chain over Frigate Bay, say black people mustn't pass there, the party that formed to help the white rich plantocracy say black people mustn't go Frigate Bay is the PAM party. How I could support a party like that? That is the kind of thing that PAM deal with, and now today they want to talk about the change. Change where? They want to talk about the change. I cannot support that. There was a time in this country when all the sugar lands were owned by the white rich plantocracy. And these are the people who are pulling the strings. These are the people who form a PAM party, who push people like Billy Hobart them to create a party just so that black people couldn't get a piece of land, to make sure that we stay poor in this country. And you're going to tell me I must support that? Craziness. They ain't change. That's how they be. They ain't change. And that is why I cannot support such a party. And that is why I am here tonight standing with the Labour Party, because Labour is the vehicle that will make sure that I support and I help and I uplift this community. It's only Labour could make sure that I get it done. Furthermore, if you start wrong, you're going to end wrong, you know. And that is the problem with Mr. Richards. He start wrong, so you must end wrong. If you start wrong, you're going to end wrong. If you really want to help people, you have to arm yourself with the proper tools. And you have to be correctly affiliated. You think if I really wanted to help you, I could have joined PAM? How am I going to help you? And then I win the election either. So how am I going to help you? In order for me to help you, I have to be with the Labour Party, because this is the party that will win the next general election. They're talking about why I joined Labour. Labour is the vehicle that will take me there. Labour is the party that will make sure that I have a voice. Labour is the party that will make sure that I have a voice for this community, this Sandy Point community, and this is the party that supports and has always been by the side of poor people. That is the party that put me to be what I am today. I came up in this community, and as I move around the community, I could see some of the same